You won't freeze to death all at once. It starts silently. You ignore the wind, skip a layer, or eat snow because you're thirsty. You think, I'll be fine, I'm just cold. But inside, your body has already triggered emergency lockdown. Your blood vessels clamp shut, pulling warmth from your skin to save your organs. Your heart rate skyrockets not from exertion, but from primal panic. In this moment, your enemy isn't hunger or wolves. It is the temperature itself, a silent thief stealing your life 1 degree at a time. And the scariest part, by the time you feel warm again, it's already too late. Here's exactly what happens to your body when you ignore winter survival skills. This theft of heat has a name, hypothermia, and it doesn't happen all at once. It's a gradual, insidious invasion. In the first stage, mild hypothermia, your body fights back ferociously. You begin to shiver uncontrollably, a desperate, full-body muscular contraction designed to generate heat. Your hands become numb and clumsy. Simple tasks like zipping a jacket or opening a pack become monumental challenges. As your core temperature drops further, you enter moderate hypothermia. The shivering, once violent, may become sporadic. Your movements become slow and uncoordinated. You'll stumble as if drunk. Your mind starts to fog over. You might become apathetic, confused, and make dangerously poor decisions, all while being completely unaware of your own deteriorating condition. The most terrifying stage is severe hypothermia. The shivering stops. This isn't a sign of getting warmer. It's a sign that your body is exhausted. It's shutting down non-essential functions to conserve the last flicker of energy. Your skin may look blue and puffy, your pulse becomes weak, and you slip towards unconsciousness. But before the end, the human body can play one last cruel trick. It's a phenomenon known as paradoxical undressing. In the depths of severe hypothermia, the exhausted muscles keeping your blood vessels clamped shut finally fail. They snap open. A sudden, massive surge of hot blood rushes from your core to your skin. To your freezing, confused brain, this feels like an intense, overwhelming wave of heat. Victims of this phenomenon have been found frozen, with their clothes neatly folded beside them, having felt as though they were burning up in their final moments. This tragic end is preventable. The key is managing your body's temperature from the start with a proper layering system. It consists of 3 parts. The base layer, made of wool or synthetics, wicks sweat off your skin to keep you dry. The mid layer, like fleece or a down puffy, is your insulation. It traps your body heat. And the outer shell layer is your armor, a windproof and waterproof barrier against the elements. This system isn't just clothing, it's your life support. Properly layered, you've addressed the heat loss from your own body. But you still have to contend with the environment, specifically the wind. Wind is the multiplier of death in the cold. It strips away the thin layer of warm air trapped by your clothing, dramatically accelerating heat loss. A 30-degree day with a 30-mile-per-hour wind feels like 0 degrees to your exposed skin. This is why a shelter is non-negotiable. It doesn't have to be a log cabin. A simple lean-to, a wall of branches and snow built against a fallen tree, can block the wind and create a microclimate that is significantly warmer. If the snow is deep enough, a snow cave offers incredible insulation, as the snow itself traps air and holds in warmth. The primary goal of any emergency shelter is simple: get out of the wind. Breaking that cycle of convective heat loss is your first major victory against the cold. Once you have successfully insulated your body against the biting wind and established a temporary shelter, you might believe the battle is won, but your internal engine is now burning fuel at a dangerous rate. Because your body is working overtime just to maintain its core temperature, your caloric and hydration needs skyrocket, bringing us to the silent killer of winter: dehydration. We often don't feel thirsty in the cold, but we're constantly losing moisture through our breath, which you can see as fog in the frigid air. The desperate temptation is to scoop up a handful of snow. Don't do it. Eating snow costs your body more heat to melt it than the hydration provides. You are trading precious body heat for a tiny sip of water, and in this game, that is a fatal trade. The correct method requires patience. You must melt it first. Place snow in a container, ideally with a little bit of water to start, and heat it over fire. If you have no fire, pack it into a bottle and keep it close to your body, using your own warmth to slowly turn it into life-saving water. When you're dehydrated, your blood volume drops. It becomes thicker, and your heart has to work much harder to pump it. This reduced circulation means less warm blood reaches your extremities, dramatically accelerating the onset of frostbite in your fingers and toes, and making you more susceptible to systemic hypothermia. You won't just feel thirsty, you'll feel sluggish, your judgment will become clouded, and your body will begin to fail. That energy your body expends is a currency, and it must be replenished. But in a winter survival scenario, the world becomes a barren pantry. The plants are dormant, buried under a thick blanket of snow. Animal tracks are few and far between, and hunting requires immense energy and skill, with no guarantee of success. Your body is a furnace. Without calories, you have no fuel to burn, and the fire that keeps you alive will begin to flicker and die. This is why packing the right kind of food is a biological imperative. You need calorie-dense, high-fat foods that provide sustained energy. Think of things like nuts and seeds, peanut butter, jerky, and energy bars packed with dried fruit. Fats are the ultimate winter fuel, burning slow and hot, giving your body the resources it needs to generate heat for hours. A simple handful of trail mix can provide more usable energy than a pound of foraged roots you spent all day digging for. Without this fuel, shivering becomes uncontrollable. Your body temperature plummets, and survival becomes a mathematical impossibility. Even with enough water and food, you are still at the mercy of the landscape. And in winter, the landscape can become your enemy. Imagine a whiteout. It's not just falling snow, it's the complete erasure of the world. The overcast sky blends seamlessly with the snow-covered ground, eliminating the horizon. There is no depth, no shadow, no direction. In this disorienting void, your brain loses its ability to guide you in a straight line. Every tiny, unconscious deviation in your path goes uncorrected, and before you know it, you are walking in a massive, energy-sapping circle, ending up right where you started, but more exhausted and demoralized. This is where navigation skills become your only lifeline. A simple magnetic compass, unaffected by the weather or dead batteries, will always point north. A topographic map, paired with an altimeter, can tell you the shape of the unseen ground beneath your feet. Knowing how to follow a natural handrail, like a frozen stream or a ridgeline, can keep you on track. Ignoring these skills is choosing to be blind in a world without landmarks. The consequences of being unprepared are a cascade of system failures. Dehydration cripples your circulation, inviting frostbite and hypothermia. Starvation extinguishes your internal furnace, leaving you unable to fight the cold. Disorientation traps you in the wilderness, bleeding your precious time and energy until you have nothing left. But the prepared survivor faces the same storm with a different outcome. They are calm. They are methodically melting snow. They are rationing their calorie-dense food. They have stopped to build a shelter, trusting their map and compass to guide them when the visibility returns. They understand the brutal, simple truth of the wilderness. Nature is indifferent to your suffering, so take the time to learn these winter survival skills now, because when the storm hits, it will be far too late to start studying.